What's up guys, MaxWax Strings here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about why to buy MaxWax Mesh, and why it's better than something like hard mesh or any other type of wax mesh. So first we're going to start out with how it's waterproof. Here's a piece. Since it is covered in wax, it's going to be waterproof because the wax lets the mesh and lets the water just bead right off of the mesh, so the water won't soak into the mesh and make it, bag out, which has probably happened to most of you when you're playing in a rainy game, or even if it's in like the morning or something and the ground's wet because of the dew, and you go for a ground ball, your stick just ends up getting wet, and it really sucks, and it doesn't perform well for the rest of the game because of the mesh, and that's the last thing you want to be worrying about when you're playing. So MaxWax Mesh, the water beads straight off. It doesn't soak into the mesh, so it lets you perform just how you want it to. The second thing is that it forms your perfect pocket just how you string it. So as you can see, I strung this pocket with the mid pocket with not that tight of a channel because I didn't want too much whip, and I strung it just for kind of a mid whip to mid to low whip stick, and it turned out just how I liked it. Great mid pocket, but it'll shift down for me because I'm an attackman. So it'll hold your perfect pocket. So if you string it with a mid pocket, you can cradle. But the good thing about MaxWax is it shifts down, so then you can one-hand cradle, come back up, and do your two-hand cradle and take your shot and pass and stuff like that. So it really gives a nice transitional pocket, but not having that boat look. So it still gives you that nice defined mid pocket with a, so it can shift too, which is really nice. The next thing I wanted to do is kind of compare it to hard mesh. So here's a piece of white hard mesh that still has shooting strings in it, and as you can see, it's not as flexible. Here's a piece of MaxWax Mesh. As you can see, it's kind of a lot harder. Well, obviously because it's hard mesh, but this is a lot softer, more broken in than this hard mesh that's not broken in. And when you stretch it, it's really hard to stretch out, and it doesn't hold its shape. It just comes back. Like you see, if I stretch it all the way out here, it'll just come right back to here. If I stretch it, it just comes right back to it, and it doesn't allow you to use the diamonds and make them behave how you want them to. As you see in this mesh, it's flat out. You spread it apart, and it stays like that. You spread it, and it stays. So the great thing about MaxWax is that it stays, holds its shape, and lets you string it just how you want it to. And one thing is, one of the greatest advantages ever to stringing any wax mesh is, especially MaxWax, is you don't get those stringer's knuckles when you pound in the pocket, because when you string your pocket, it literally turns out like a a broken in, pounded in pocket with no work at pounding the pocket in whatsoever. So it doesn't take any work to break in, any work to pound in the pocket. It just forms straight to how you like it, which is super, super great. And it doesn't give you those those chafed knuckles, as they call them, stringer's knuckles, when you do it, because the wax is so soft, and you can play with it, and it's really nice, not sticky, and it doesn't hurt like pounding in a pocket like this, because it gives you kind of those roughed up knuckles, which can really be a pain stringing. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is it doesn't get super dirty as compared to other wax meshes. So here's a wax mesh that I've had in the past. Still has a shooting string in it, but as you can see how dirty it looks and just how much dirt there is on it, because and this is actually a leading brand, really supposedly really nice wax mesh, and this is after probably a month or two, probably 2 months. It's just so dirty and it makes your stick look really bad, and it's just not very nice. And here's another stick that MaxWax Mesh has been used for 2 months. As you can see, let's see if it focuses in right here. There's just a little bit of dirt. There we go. There's just a little bit of dirt on it, but not dirty at all. It doesn't attract any dirt. When it does attract dirt, it just comes right off, and it doesn't get as dirty as that wax mesh does. So it stays clean, at least somewhat clean. I mean, every mesh is gonna get dirty, but it stays as clean as any other like hard mesh would, maybe a little bit more dirtier. But it doesn't get super dirty and makes your stick look a lot better than that wax mesh would or any other wax mesh. So that's really nice. And then when stringing it, sometimes you get like the wax on your fingers because it's sticky and it makes your fingers feel really weird. With MaxWax Mesh, it doesn't come off on your hands at all. It strings up really nice, and it doesn't give you that sticky feeling, which a lot of wax meshes do. And one of the best parts is it doesn't flake because of the special wax formula in it. So it's infused inside the mesh as well as a little bit coated on it. So it doesn't just fall all over your pants and get all over your pants. It looks like you just like shook your head because you had dandruff or something. It looks really, really bad, and no one likes having wax all over you. And if the wax falls off, that means it's not going to be on the mesh anymore, which means it's not going to perform like a regular wax mesh would. And one of the best parts of MaxWax Mesh is that it comes in a bunch of different colors. Here's a neon yellow to Carolina blue fade, which is some really cool 2-color combinations, and they also come in any color fade. So if this part was white, this is what it would look like. A neon yellow comes in red, blue, black, purple, any colors like that. So any color, great color combinations. It's just a great piece of mesh for a really, really great price. So make sure to go check out the website, and if you're watching it on the website, then make sure to buy a piece of MaxWax Mesh. So thanks guys for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.